Hello, everybody. Okay. Hi, I'm back. I'll just make sure I can get situated here. Yes, I'm back for the astrology forecast. I know I've been gone for a while. Apparently, I just needed to take most of Virgo season off, um, and yeah, so I'm excited because this week we are shifting into a whole new season. So might as well shift into something similar with the astrology forecast. I know that there have been some things going on in Albuquerque and at Resident Essentials, so we've just been really busy and doing a lot of groups and classes and all of this stuff. So I apologize for my absence, but if you are here live, I would love for you to say hi, and you can type in the chat if you have any questions about this week's forecast as I'm going through the astrology. And if you have any questions, just put it in the chat or just say hi if you want to type in where you're watching from. That'd be awesome. I know most of this is a local astrology group, or the Resident Essentials group is based in Albuquerque, but I do have people who watch this all over the world. So it's great to be back, and I'm very excited. So let's talk about the astrology. Like I said, right, we have pretty much breezed over Virgo season. I always talk about how the mutable seasons, so Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius, those 30 days when the sun is in those signs, it always feels like it's, I don't know, faster or fleeting or dissolving or disappearing in some way, because it's not a fixed sign or a cardinal sign. It's a mutable sign, and that means it's in flux, it's in motion, it's changing from one thing to another. So all those mutable seasons always just seem to you think back and you're like, oh my gosh, it's already over. What happened? Or what did I even do during Virgo season? So I think that maybe that's why I was not completely here during Virgo season. I was just like, it didn't exist almost. No offense to all the Virgos. I'm a Pisces, so I totally get it. Sometimes you just feel like you're in one foot in one realm and then like another foot in another realm. So yeah, that's kind of the energy that happened for the past 30 days. But we are currently in the final week of Virgo season. So this week we're going to be starting Libra season. And that means that the sun will be shifting from the sign of Virgo into the sign of Libra. And that happens on the 22nd, which is, I think, Thursday. Yes. So Thursday is officially the first day of Libra season. It's also the official day. Yay! Awesome. Super excited to be back. So we have Virgo season ending this week and Libra season starting, which also signifies the first day of fall in the Northern Hemisphere. So that's exciting, right? Like, everyone's looking forward to fall. I think Virgo season is difficult sometimes because everyone's sick of summer and like ready to move on to like cooler weather, and start doing all the fall things, right? If Halloween's one of your favorite holidays, which it's definitely mine, then that's why everyone's looking forward to fall, right? Everyone's looking forward to the trees changing. If you live in that part of the world where the trees change, pumpkin picking and all of that fun stuff, right? So it's always exciting when we get to move into Libra season, right? Because it's like the beginning of a new cycle. It's the beginning of technically a new 3-month season, if you think about the actual, the tropical way that the seasons change, right? But there's 3 months in each season. And so we're getting to experience that excitement and that newness that happens when we start an entirely new season. And every single season in astrology every new season is started by a cardinal sign. So when spring starts, it's Aries that starts off this 3-month cycle. And in summer, it's Cancer that starts off the 3-month cycle. And then in the fall, it's Libra. And then Capricorn is the winter cycle. So all of these signs are all cardinal signs, and that means that they're going to be initiatory or initiation type energy, where you're going to feel that motivation to start something new and like get really inspired. It's like that spark that lights something, some new project. I mean, it could be anything. It could be a new business, a new project, a new relationship, a new job, a new life. I mean, one of my very close friends just had a baby. So it's like that newness that of starting something created that is associated with Libra. And I'm very excited to also announce that this is such a like a Venus week. And I told Michelle, I was like, oh, I'm gonna talk about Venus in my forecast because Venus is really active. And also, since not only does the planet Venus active in the sky, so she's going to be moving through the end of Virgo and coming into Libra, but she's going to be activating a bunch of other planetary alignments. So she's going to be really, really deep in discussion with other planets, which is going to be activating things in our lives. But also, really, when we move into an entirely new solar season, Libra season in the fall, we're going to be shifting into Venus, or Venus-ruled season. Now, the two signs that are ruled by Venus are Taurus and Libra. So if you think about the time of year when the sun is in Taurus and then when the sun is in Libra, you really can think about the beauty of those seasons, right? The sun in Taurus is when it's like the thick of spring, like when the flowers are blooming the biggest and brightest. You can go outside and you can see people's gardens coming up. You can see, the tulips blooming or the roses coming out, stuff like that. So you think about the flowers and all the colors and the beauty of spring, and that really is associated with Taurus season. But really, it's about Venus, which is the goddess of love and beauty and joy and relationships and all those good things in life that we like to celebrate and enjoy. So we can think about that energy similarly in the fall when the trees are changing color and all the colors are shifting and becoming brighter and more vibrant and the air is crisp and the sky is blue. I mean, those are the types of energies of Libra Venus season. So, of course, we want to give thanks to Venus because she is really one of the only female archetypes in traditional astrology other than the moon. And let's really dig into that. Let's think about what sort of divine feminine energy is coming into our lives this week and sort of give thanks for that because Venus is really the key player this week, not only because we're starting a Venus-ruled season, but Venus is going to be having conversations with other planets as she is transiting through the zodiac, which we'll talk about in a second. And I was really bummed because I tried to start this forecast. Yes, I know it's late already. I usually do this at 3. But I actually got on the computer right at 4:04 and I looked at the planetary hour and it was just ending Venus hour. So I was like, no, I missed it. But it's okay because we're in a Mercury hour now and it's a very Mercury week too. And everyone knows we're in the middle of Mercury retrograde. So Venus and Mercury are going to be sort of playing mischievously with each other because Mercury is going backwards and Venus is going forward. So they're going to meet up and have a conversation. So that'll be interesting this week. So why don't we get into, we can talk a little bit about what Venus is, like how do you celebrate Venus in your own life? Where does Venus show up for you specifically? And how does that manifest in your physical reality, right? Because Venus is in a different sign in everybody's chart. So Venus can express that beauty and that joy and that divine feminine energy through whatever sign it is in your chart. So if you know what sign your Venus is in, then if you want to put it in the chat, I would love to see that. Mine is in Capricorn, so I really love to go out and create beauty and joy through projects and, working on my own business, working on my own pursuits, and really just trying to do the best I possibly can do as a professional astrologer. And of course, it's a very goal-oriented Venus. So if you have Venus in a much softer sign, right, like Taurus or Libra, if you have Venus in Libra, shout out to you, right? This is your season right now. Then you're going to maybe want to create beauty in a more traditional feminine way. You don't want to go out there and be a power boss woman like Venus and Capricorn does, but it's totally fine. So I want you to look at your chart. If you don't have a copy of your chart, then you could definitely contact me through Resonant Essentials. You can also send me an email at johanna@orbitalastrology.com. And that's JOHANNA. I know it doesn't not spelled the way it sounds, but anyway. So yeah, look for Venus in your own astrological chart because that will give you some ideas about how you create beauty, how you create um, love, how you create art. All of those things are Venus ruled words. So that's really what we're going to be thinking about. Like, where do you have, I mean, are you like someone who loves to cook, create beautiful dishes and create very eye pleasing, sensory, attractive foods like aromatics, aromatherapy? Are you like about that side of the senses, the olfactory of the taste and the good food? I mean, anything that you're creating or making is Venus related. You can also be very nurturing. I mean, Venus is love after all. So who are you nurturing? Are you nurturing yourself? Are you giving yourself a lot of self-care? Also, I know that Jupiter is related to like joy as well, but I always think of Venus as like that pleasurable feeling of like laughing over something, like what makes you happy. Those are kind of Jupiter and Venus related words, but I really think about like who makes you laugh or who are you making laugh, like because you're giving pleasure to somebody when you feel that good energy with somebody. Also, if you're learning something new and you're sharing those ideas, that's also Venus, right? I mean, you think about Mercury as learning, communicating, expressing, but Venus also, if you're bringing people together and sharing with love, with an open heartedness, that's also very Libra, very Venus type energy. So it's kind of something to think about this week. It's a really nice, it's a really nice energy this week. I mean, the aspects of this week can be a little dicey because even though we have this beautiful archetype of Venus as the goddess of love and the goddess of art and the goddess of relationships, she is going to be having some maybe confrontational, maybe some challenging, but maybe definitely dynamic conversations this week. Now, the first one is on Monday, so tomorrow, Monday the 19th of September. Venus is coming into a trine aspect with Uranus. So we talked about how Venus is at the very, very end of Virgo right now. She's getting ready to go into her favorite sign, Libra, but she's still in that earthy sign of Virgo. And so that means she's going to be coming into an alignment with what did I say? Uranus, which has been in Taurus for years now, and is sitting sitting disruptively at 18 degrees Taurus. So wherever you have 18 degrees Taurus in your chart, this is where this this event is going to happen on Monday the 19th. And this is a positive discussion or flowing, easy type energy with a disruptive planet. So that's always a little confusing in astrology, is you're like, great. So Venus is an awesome planet. It brings happiness and joy and love and all this stuff, but it's coming into a positive relationship with chaos or a positive relationship with disruption or a positive relationship with unexpected change. I mean, Uranus is always like that, that change maker who wants to disrupt the status quo. So whatever it doesn't like or whatever's boring, whatever's traditional, it's like, nope, don't want to do it. No, let's spice it up a little bit and throw some like cherry bombs in the toilet or whatever. So that's the type of energy that Venus is going to be coming into on Monday, which could be good, could be bad. Right? And the thing is, there may be some unexpected conversations around love or beauty. So whatever you're creating this week or whatever relationship you're working through, could be a partnership, it could be one-on-one relationship, it could be your marriage, a dating partner, or whoever you are intimately involved with in some aspect. It doesn't have to be, it could be professional, it could be romantic, whatever. But there may be a little bit of a jolt on Monday, a little bit of excitement thrown in there. So hopefully that means it's good for, spicing up some sort of conversation or some sort of good relationship or some happy conversation. But whatever's coming on Monday the 19th is going to be definitely unexpected. So you may have like a surprise, like a shocking conversation, or there may be a just like a reviving or like a revving up of the energy. It's like very electric type energy. That's what Uranus is really like. So Venus involved with that is hopefully will be moving in the good direction of Venus and not the more disruptive. So exciting Monday, right? So I would love to hear people's feedback if they have some stories when I come back from my forecast next week. Or if you want to come back to this webpage later and check in, you could comment under the YouTube video, or definitely comment in the Facebook group or email me or whatever. I would love to hear the stories. So going through the rest of the week, we have kind of a quiet Tuesday and Wednesday. We are gearing up towards the new moon next week, but I won't talk about that till next Sunday. But we are in that final waning phase of the moon. The moon goes into Leo on Tuesday the 20th, but really not having a ton of other activity as far as the other planets. It's just the moon making some aspects to some of the other planets and asteroids as it goes through the sign of Leo. But so, and when I say that there's no other planetary activity going on, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be emotionally things going on for you, because the moon is always going to be activating something, some part of your inner life or your unconscious or your emotional life. So you may feel like some kind of way, but you may not actually see something manifest in reality or some big action happening in the world. It may just all be internal for you. So Thursday is the big day, the big shift, the big we're starting a new season, cardinal season, Libra season. Venus is going to take over as the main ruler of the season. So for the next 30 days, things are going to feel a little more Venusian, starting Thursday the 22nd. And let's see, Mercury is going to catch up to Venus, but in the opposite direction, right? Because Mercury is retrograde right now. And it will be hitting 0 degrees of Libra. So first, I said Venus, but I meant the sun, right? Because so the sun has just moved into Libra on Thursday the 22nd. And Mercury is going backwards through Libra. So they're coming up to the same position. It's called a cazimi. When a planet is conjunct the sun exactly at the same degree and at the same minute, that's called a cazimi. So that's what's going to be happening with Mercury. It's going to be retrograde. So it'll be interesting to see if some big Mercury retrograde stories happen on Friday the 23rd. It's going to be very, very early in the morning, like right past midnight of the 23rd for Mountain Time. So you may be asleep. You may not really experience the cazimi. Through my membership, the Orbit membership, we do this thing called dream seeding with the cazimis. So if you're interested in using the planetary energy while you're sleeping, then definitely get in contact with me and I will tell you more about it. So that's going to be happening Friday, very, very early Friday morning. That means that that Mercury retrograde is going to be infused with the power of the sun as they conjunct for that very short period of time. And then since Mercury is going backwards, it's going to be at 0 degrees Libra and then past the sun and go directly back into Virgo. So Mercury retrograde back into Virgo. We'll see what sort of shift in the energy will happen, because Mercury is the natural ruler of Virgo and it's very, very strong in that sign. So I know that there have been some Mercury retrograde stories, but Mercury has been in Libra for the majority of that, or for all of that Mercury retrograde. So now we're going to see part 2 or a different shade of the Mercury retrograde, because Mercury is going to get a lot stronger. So we'll see if that's positive or negative. We'll see if things get even more disruptive as far as sending the wrong emails or mismessaging the wrong people or technological things happening. We had some technical snafus at the Albuquerque Astrology Group last week, but everything worked out fine. So yeah, we'll see if there's going to be a shift in how intense the Mercury retrograde energy gets. And don't worry, we're almost through it. We're halfway through it. And then I think we're more than halfway through it because it's only 3 weeks. But so Friday could be kind of an interesting day, right? With the Mercury energy really kicking up a notch. And let's see. Then we shift back into, Venus, right? I was like, Venus is the big deal this week, so why am I talking so much about Mercury? Well, they both are, right? Flat tire, no. Yeah, that would be Mercury retrograde. Hopefully nobody has any car troubles this week. I know I don't need any more car troubles this year. So next Saturday, the 24th, we're back to Venus, right? Venus is still coming through the end degrees of Virgo. So what sign is 180 degrees away from Virgo or opposite Virgo in the zodiac? you guys know, you can type it in there. If you don't, I'm going to tell you anyway. So 180 degrees away from Virgo, or exactly across the zodiac wheel from Virgo, is Pisces. And what has been hanging out in Pisces for years now, years and years and years? Neptune. So Neptune is sitting at 23 degrees Pisces, and that therefore Venus will be coming up to 23 degrees Virgo and opposing it, or it's 180 degrees away from it in the zodiac. So they'll be sort of like facing off against each other as of Saturday the 24th. So what does that mean? Sometimes it can be very productive. I'm not going to say productive. It's very supportive of art, imagination, dreaming, creativity. I mean, Venus is the actual manifestation of creativity on Earth. So art, music, drama, all of the stuff that poetry, all of those things that we think about as like the fine arts or the creative arts. Well, where does that come from? So Neptune is sometimes called the higher expression of Venus in modern day astrology. Neptune, I consider to be what creates the inspiration behind art. Where does art come from? Where does it sort of manifest deep inside our unconscious or our soul? Where does inspiration come from? We don't know, right? It just sort of pops up. If you are an artist, you know what this means, or a musician, or anybody, you know, what drives you, or what is that magical quality that makes you want to write a song or get something creatively out of you. That's what Neptune is. It's this mysterious, nebulous place. So on Saturday the 24th, we're going to have this interesting combination of the desire to create art or beauty or love in your life, and then this, where does it all come from? Much more dreamy, mysterious type energy. So, that can be a desire to want to create something in reality, but feeling so distracted by the inspiration behind it, you may not actually get to do it. If you can find a way to meet in the middle of these two energies, then it could be an incredibly amazing day for creating something new, or writing poetry, or painting, or dancing, or hula hooping. It could be a great day for what I call astro flow, right? Getting into flow with the universe. So highly recommend you guys do something, at least to try to get that creative outlet. I understand that there may be some difficulties because it is an opposition, which is kind of like a tense, polar energy, pulling at different directions. So you may be back and forth. You may be kind of like, I feel so inspired, but I can't get it out there. Or you may sit down at a table trying to write something and then just, you can't actually get it on the page. But, I would definitely try anyway, and don't get frustrated if it doesn't just sort of flow out of you. If you can really tap into it, then great. So if you want to try to find specific ways to tap into that astrological energy, then definitely contact me if you want to have a reading before the end of this week. Because I will be at Pagan Pride next Sunday. So I'm very excited to be working the Resonant Essentials booth at Pagan Pride, which is happening on Sunday the 25th from 10 to 6 at Baton Park. I've never been there, but I will definitely figure out where it is. I think it's like Nob Hill area, as far as I could tell from the Google map. Michelle's here. She can tell you where it is. We will be definitely posting more in the group, Resonant Essentials group this week to sort of help direct you guys to where Pagan Pride is happening. There's going to be a bunch of vendors, all of the fun stuff there. I'll be dressed as a witch. So it will be a lot of fun, and I cannot wait. If you want to have an astrology reading on the spot at the booth, come on down and I will get that hooked up for you. Also, you can come up and learn about Resonant Essentials, all of our programs, all of our practitioners, and you can book a reading because I will be scheduling future readings there as well. So super excited. Cannot wait to go. This is literally my most favorite time of the year. I love Libra season, Scorpio season. It's like awesome. So I'm going to get off here. We're at 24 minutes. So yeah. I also want to give a shout out to, I didn't bring it. Oh, yes, I did. Esme of the Wandering Star Planner. These are amazing astrology planners. I use them for my membership, and we do a lot of tracking of transits and learning astrology, like as the day goes by, as the weeks go by. The 2023 one is now available, And Esme actually just had her baby this week, so much love to her. I hope she is recovering well and happy and snuggly with the baby. So yeah, if you want to learn more about the Wandering Star Planner, just go to wanderingstarplanner.com, or you can go to orbitalastrology.com and look at the Orbit membership, which is, I include the planner as part of the membership. So yeah, super excited. Love to see you guys at Pagan Pride if you are local to Albuquerque. If you are part of the Orbit membership, I will be scheduling the New Moon Circle next week, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. And yeah, embrace that divine feminine and tap into the Venus energy, because she's going to be really active next week. So shout out to all those women and female identifying people out there. And I hope you have a great week. So bye.